Yeah, we bring reviews of your house, talk to our dudes of your house. I bring my views of your house, wrestling truths of your house. We talk to you in your house, we keeps it cool in your house, we keeps it cool in your house. I'm spitting truths in your house. Yes, Mark's hating on his fast, Becky Nish on the man. Play with two like alliance, household a dangerous alliance. I am a nightmare like Cody, and I'm overcoming like Kobe. No, they cannot hold me. Come listen, I'm hosting, critiquing, I'm boasting. This wrestling I'm knowing.
This area is under a level 2 quarantine. Please limit your contact with other personnel as much as possible.
This is Austin Theory of Evolve, and you're listening to the In Your House podcast.
This is NXT's Dominic Dijakovic, and you are listening to the In Your House podcast.
This is AEW's Ariel, and you're listening to In Your House podcast.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to In Your House, starring Alakan House. This is the People's Podcast. Hey guys, you already know who it is. It's your boy, Con, ready to give you that work. When it comes to this professional wrestling business, that is what we do, and hey, we love it. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcast, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's alright. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you when, ooh, where is the clock? I'm checking the time because last time that I checked, In Your House was the hottest professional wrestling podcast in the Midwest, cause we hit them with that work round the clock. You guys already know what it is. Oh yes, the director is in the house and in your house. And guys, here we are here getting ready for episode number 2 of the In Your House Fantasy Draft. And you guys know we love to give it to you guys. It's been an amazing last couple of days with a lot of people talking, a lot of downloads from a lot of different countries. And guys, we haven't seen downloads like this in a couple of months. You guys were definitely ready for that draft, and we were definitely ready to give it to you. So now here it is, number 2. We just put out today. It's Sunday the 31st, but we're dropping this on Monday morning, 6 a.m. So put in your house, in your ears while you are driving to work, or maybe you're just chilling at home during the quarantine, and that's okay too. But we just put today on social media. I put mine out. And everybody else's. The first 5 picks of the draft, and it really got a lot of people talking, arguing, going back and forth. And you guys are seeing a lot of arguing on social media right now for different reasons, but this was very fun and very cool. It's great to see everybody being competitive and having a good time in these times right now. So with that being said, just like the last episode, I didn't come alone, and we didn't get a chance to get this guy on the last episode. He was a little bit busy. I tried my best to break his picks down to the best of my ability as to why he would pick these people, and I feel like I did an okay job. But now he's here to go ahead and break down the rest of his picks for you, and that is Prince Paradox, but we know him as Docs, the favorite part of the problem. How's it going, bro?
Oh, I'm out with an injury right now, which I'm sure most of the listeners are freaking ecstatic about. But, it's good to be back. Good to be back. I mean, you did a pretty good job talking about my picks last time. Could I have said it any better? Abso-freaking-lutely. But now I'm here to satiate the problem.
Oh man, and we're glad to have you on, and I know that a lot of our listeners are glad to hear that you are hurt and injured because you are the biggest asshole on the podcast, and we love you for it, man. but coming back to the show after they went and showed out with their first 5 picks. That's the BMWF, and I'm gonna start by bringing in the controversial mermaid Ariel. How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing good. Are you ready to get down and break down the rest of these picks?
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that's what I like to hear because like I said, it was a great episode, and I got a lot of good feedback on it. And your business partner is in the building as well, and that is reporter Drake Kennedy. How's it going, bro?
It's going pretty good, man. I'm excited to talk about these amazing picks that we pulled and excited to hear what you guys got. Ready to get this awesome episode out. We're only a few minutes in.
Calm down with that enthusiasm.
Sorry, Docs. I'll be a little more sullen and sad.
That's what we're here for.
Hey, if it's sadness, Docs is here for it. Misery and sorrow, he loves it. But we actually we didn't have a representative of the 4th promotion at the last show, on the last episode, that is. But now we do, and that is a great friend of the show. That is the host of the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast, and, of course, he's the director over there at Heroes and Legends Wrestling. Another director besides myself. How about that? And that's my buddy Sean Kaleta. How's it going, bro?
It is going fantastic. Unfortunately, my partner, Michael DeVore, isn't able to be on right now. But that's okay, because I can do the work for both of us.
Did you say unfortunately?
I said unfortunately. Also unfortunate that you're on this particular podcast today, but hey, life goes on.
Oh, man.
Oh, dear.
We got Kaleta here, and he's going to be doing all the heavy lifting for the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast, and we're glad to have him on. Of course, he's been on the show before, former guest, made for a really great episode, very smart about the business and knows a whole lot about it, and we're glad to have him back on. But now we're all on separate sides of the fence here. There are no friends here if you're not with the same promotion. This is just a big promotional war right here, and we're going to get down to the brass tacks of it. Are you guys ready?
Yep.
All right, let's get it popping. Let's do
it.
Guys, you guys out there in the household know that we ended with the number 5 pick. So now we're going to pick up right where we left off at the number 6 pick. Now, let me go ahead and reiterate the order for you guys. For the first 10 rounds, it was Docs and the Purple Cobras. Then it was myself and Miss Fabulosity of the HWA. That's the Household Wrestling Alliance. Then it was number 3 with reporter Drake Kennedy and the controversial mermaid Ariel for BMWF. And it was Sean Kaleta and Michael DeVore for the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. HDHS is what I call them for short. So now, with that being said, we're going to start with the number 6 pick, and that is Docs. Give us a brief synopsis of your pick, and then go ahead and throw it on out there, Bo. Who'd you got for the number 6 pick?
Look, I consider myself the Kenny Omega if he knew how to book a women's division. All right, I picked not only someone who's impressed me once, not twice, but 3 separate occasions that I've seen live, and she's a witch. Like, that's all I really need to say. She's got magical powers, and of course I'm talking about Holly Cromwell. She's got magical powers, and I watched her get straight up yeeted by Malthus and still come back fighting. So, yeah, I'm definitely glad to have her on my team because that little witch is resilient as all get out.
Bro, I gotta admit, even though we're all there's no friends here, but I gotta admit, your women's division is starting to fill out, bro. With the addition of Holly Cromwell, adding them to Charlie Cruel and Billy Starks, that's a couple gets, bro. Your women's division ain't doing too bad, I'll admit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, if there's one thing I can do, it's book a women's division. If there's another thing I can do, it's anything you do but better.
Shut up. We're gonna move it right along here, and that is the number 6 pick for Docs and the Purple Cobras. Now it's time for the real winners of this of this draft. With first 5 picks, it's already over, guys. It's already done because now it's going to the HWA. That's the Household Wrestling Alliance. And my last pick was the monster Congo Kong, and he's a very, very scary individual. Well, I kept it with that sort of vibe. I kept it with that sort of ominous, scary type of vibe. But at the same time, this guy definitely knows his stuff when it comes to the business. He's not even in his 30s yet, but he's so smart about the business. The guy is a fantastic grappler. I got a chance to see him have a match with Lee Moriarty at the last Bizarro Lucha show that I went to. And man, the way I would book this guy he'd basically be my version of Bray Wyatt, my version of The Fiend, and like I said, very smart about the business, and adding him to this roster that I already have, to me it makes sense. And with the number 6 pick in the IYH draft, the HWA selects my personal imaginary friend, Trip Cassidy. Docs, did that sting a little bit, bro? That hurt you a little bit?
Yeah, I knew you did that just to hurt me, and I'm not going to say that it worked, but it didn't help. That's for damn sure. It made me do a little bit of shuffling there.
Oh, man. I wanted to pick up Trip Cassidy because I love his character. I really feel like that he would be able to tell some great stories and really have a lot of good matches. Like I said, he's very smart about the business, and I'm glad to have him with the HWA. But with that being said, I'm going to move it on over to a promotion that picked up a whole lot of good picks in those first 5 rounds, and that is the BMWF. Drake and Ariel, who do you guys got for us with your number 6 pick?
All right, so, for number 6, we were like, man, we got a lot of really heavy hitters. Not to say this kid is not a heavy hitter, because he is in his own way.
Right.
So, we thought to ourselves, we need to go for, more of a cruiserweight person and try to get someone who's a high flyer and, really funky and out there. So we went ahead and got Mr. Miles Morales.
Ooh, good pick. Hashtag don't die Miles. He's definitely somebody that would fill out your cruiserweight division.
Absolutely.
That's a really great pick. I mean, put him in the ring. I mean, you could put him in the ring with Corey Storm, and those two would make magic. I mean, that right there is that right there is your guys' cruiserweight championship match right there, in my opinion. So, really great pick by the BMWF. Their number 6 pick, they selected Miles Morales. Now, moving over to my man over here, Sean Kaleta, with the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. It is time, man. It is time for your number 6 pick.
I got to say, we may have had the last picks here, but we definitely have the best team. That top 5, you can't touch our top 5. I'm sorry, was Doc saying something there? I'm sorry. Can't hear you.
That's more of a joke than Michael's promo skills, my friend.
Damn. Anyway, yeah. So our number 6 pick. I'm going to start out right here by saying that I had absolutely nothing to do with this pick whatsoever. This was my partner Mike DeVore's pick, and we may not be friends after this whole competition is over. But we picked man, I don't even know if I can get the name out of my mouth. We picked Nick Cutler.
Ooh, the absolute. How could you pick him, man?
I didn't pick him. Did I make that clear? My statement a minute ago? That was
learn to listen, Con. Jesus.
Yeah, that was entirely not my pick. You can probably hear my voice is cracking a little bit. It's not because I have a cold. It's because I've been yelling at the freaking ceiling fan. Yeah, totally not my pick. But, if we got him, we're going to use him.
Yeah.
As Ariel just said, they picked a cruiserweight, and I think that if anything, Nick Cutler is going to fit that cruiserweight position. He may as well be the Seth Rollins of our team if you want to be straight. So our pick for number 6 is got to be the absolute answer, Nick Cutler, because Mike DeVore said so.
Dude, I feel your pain, man. I wound up with Sam Knight. I would rather have Sam Knight. I'll trade you. Are trades open yet? What's going on?
Trades will be open. Trades will be open. I'll let you guys know that as well. The trades will be open. But for right now, as the draft goes on, we're going to keep it moving. And Nick Cutler, man, he's somebody who I've seen in a couple of matches. This guy knows how to draw heat. This guy knows how to work the mic. He's definitely somebody that you can utilize as a really good mouthpiece in your promotion, a good heel. Like I said, I've seen him in Heroes and Legends. I've seen him in the Anderson National Guard Armory, and the guy is cocky as he is. He's also money. So great pick there by the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. It might have burned to come through my man Kaleta's lips, but with the number 6 pick, they selected the absolute answer, Nick Cutler. And that's moving it back up to the top of the board. Now we're going to go to the number 7 pick, and that goes to the Purple Cobras. Docs, go ahead and break down that number 7 pick.
Step 1 is the Globo Gym Purple Cobras. Put some respect on my name. Number 2, when you took Trip from me, the first thing that I thought was, you bastard, or my bastard. That's right, I'm taking Bastard Cassidy. This kid has so much potential, some of the heaviest chops in the Midwest, and he is just blowing up everywhere. The kid is vicious. It's like he doesn't have a soul, and if you don't believe me, just look at his hair, but he officially fights for the Globo Gym Purple Cobras.
Great pick, man. Great pick. I remember we got a chance to see him at that last Bizarro show that we went to, and bro, when we realized that was his debut match, we were both shocked as hell because he looked so damn crisp in that ring, bro.
Oh yeah, he's got good genetics, man. He runs in the family.
Absolutely, I agree with that. So great pick with the number 7 pick. The Globo Gym Purple Cobra select Bastard Cassidy, and that's definitely somebody that you can watch grow in your promotion. So great pick, and that moves it over to myself with the HWA. Now, every promotion can benefit from having that one pure wrestler, that one guy that maybe he's not quote unquote a character per se, but his skills can't be ignored. His passion and his heart can't be ignored. You can see it in his matches. It exudes through his promos. And whether he's quote unquote a character or not, he doesn't have to be a character because he's genuinely himself. When I think of this next pick, I think of names like Owen Hart. I think of names like Daniel Bryan. And yes, I even think of names like Chris Benoit. Guys that got over because they're skills in the ring could not be ignored. And I really feel
James Ellsworth?
Yeah, man, any man with 2 hands has a fighting chance. but no, it's not James Ellsworth, bro. With the number 7 pick, the HWA is proud to select the Wild Heart, Cole Radrick.
Trash.
Don't hate. IFHY, bro. IFHY, bro. I had to take one. You took one IFHY member. I had to take another one, man. And I got a chance to really see him for the first time. And Docs, you did too. Over at that last New Wave show. And my God, the kid, he's insane. He's a freak. I've seen his promos. There's passion behind his promos. You might not like the HWA or me, Docs, but you got to admit that Cole Radrick's a great pick.
Oh, yeah, he's a good pick. I was saying you're trash because you are.
Because I took him off the board?
Yeah. I had a backup, though. It's fine.
Woo. Listen, this guy is where however far he goes, he's going to get over authentically. I just really feel it. I love the kid. He's young, got a good head on his shoulders, and he's going to go super, super far. So definitely somebody that I felt like I got a value from that number 7 pick, a lot of value from that number 7 pick with Cole Radrick, and definitely happy to have him on. But now moving along to the BMWF. You guys, it's time for your number 7 pick. Who would you guys take?
For our number 7, we wanted to go with somebody who, I don't know, we look around the indie scene and we really find who knows what they're doing. somebody who knows how to work a match, someone who's really crisp in the ring, someone who has good audience work, and talk. The people love them. And they're also, a heavy hitter. And our 7th pick, we're just living in his world. We chose Big Purse.
Ooh, the Big Purse universe, and everybody's living in it. The Sweet Tooth Superstar is fantastic. I've got a chance to call a couple of his matches, and man, he's got that boxing background, so you know that he can go blow for blow. But also, I think that you guys got a lot of value with that pick, because I think I know that he's somebody that the kids can relate to, because he's always throwing out the candy and everything, and he just has a good time. But when it's time for him to step in the ring and that bell rings, he's here for the smoke, and he's dead serious. And you guys have been using the term that you guys are looking for heavy hitters in the BMWF. Well, you guys got a hell of a heavy hitter with former boxer Big Purse. So great pick from the BMWF, and that's moving it right on over to the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. Mr. Kaleta, who do you guys got for your number 7 pick?
Well, the day when it came, here to draw these names,
mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here in my backyard, and got a lot of space back there. And I'm thinking, I could really use a barn back here. I went in the kitchen to make a sandwich. I was going to have a nice grilled cheese sandwich, and realized I was out of butter. And then it hit me. I could use an Amish guy. And so I looked through the list, and lo and behold, there was a guy who could both build me a barn and churn me some butter. So we decided to pick Levi Everett.
Great pick. Churn that butter. Churn that butter.
I feel like that's a whole lot of unnecessary hiring when Walmart sells butter for like $2.99, bro. You don't have to hire a whole ass human being.
But it's not that fresh churned butter.
Yeah, you gotta get that freshly churned butter, man. You got to get that straight. And plus, you got Levi there. You're getting a lifetime supply of butter there, man. So and in all seriousness, though, getting serious about this is a man that's been endorsed by Mance Warner. This is a guy who's tore it up in the ring with Mance Warner. One of the toughest SOBs that I've ever seen out there. I mean, he was in a match at Bizarro Lucha, and not only did he bring out a door to put Mance Warner through the door, he built the door. He built the door himself.
Goddamn door.
He's a man of many talents.
He's a man of many talents. It's great. So Levi Everett is, seriously somebody that you can get behind. He's got a great character, but when the bell rings, he goes from shaking everybody's hand to kicking ass. So great pick with that number 7 pick. A lot of value there. It seems like, honestly, everybody got hella value at the number 7 pick across the board. So, honestly, that round 7, hell of a round. But now, guys, we're going to have to move on to round number 8, and that is going to take it to everybody's favorite part of the problem, the biggest asshole and the outcast of the podcast, Docs. Who do you got with your number 8 pick?
So you use the phrase across the board, and that's really what I needed, someone who can kind of an all-rounder, if you will. So I took my man Aaron Atlas. I've seen this guy a couple times, and he never fails to impress me. He's won gold countless times. He's so versatile, and I really think that's one thing I was lacking up to this point is versatility, and he brings that to the table. Hopefully that table, is able to handle some freshly churned butter when we go destroy Wiener Hands over there. But, that's my pick, Aaron Atlas.
Aaron Atlas, the young Titan, great pick. I've got a chance to call a lot of his action. He's very young, very talented, and you use the term all-arounder. That's hell. I hate you, Docs, but that was a great analysis as far as Aaron Atlas, man. That's what you're gonna get with that kid, is somebody that has all-around talent, and he's going to be a major player in a few years. And if you're willing to take on that investment, which obviously you did, you're going to get somebody that is going to be established in just a couple years' time. So great pick. Don't like Docs, but like the pick. So moving right along.
You don't gotta like me to lose to me.
Shut up. Just shut your ass up. No, but moving along to the HWA. The HWA, one thing that we were lacking here was a tag division, and this was a very strategic pick for a couple of reasons. One, I wanted to have a cornerstone of my tag division, and two, I wanted to hurt Doc's soul. So, well, he doesn't have a soul. I just wanted to hurt Doc's. But with the number 8 pick, the HWA selected the awesome Odyssey, and these guys are a great tag team. Yeah, I mean these are.
Yeah, you're damn right they are.
Yeah, I know. I took them to hurt you, and I took them because I wanted a great tag division. Now, I think that they are a team that in a couple years are going to be major players. But for me personally, the HWA is looking at a youth movement. We want talent that we can help, that we want to get over organically. So that way we have characters, we have guys that are crisp and ready to go. And the Awesome Odyssey, they're going to absolutely be there in a couple of years' time. So, Docs, you're very familiar with this team. What do you think about that pick?
I think it makes me hate you even more.
Good. Good. I'm glad. I hearing that just probably made that probably my favorite pick of the entire draft.
Trash, man. This is why you'll never get adopted.
Moving right along here with the number 8 pick, we wanted to move it over to the BMWF. Drake and Ariel, who do you guys got?
All right, so for number 8, we wanted to strengthen our tag team division. So we were thinking, okay, so who do we got on here that, is strong and, can really hold down the fort when they need to. And we wanted to go with someone who is not only, strong in the ring, but is a strong pair. So we went with the KO Society.
Ooh.
Boo.
I know that makes Docs mad. He's got a lot of heat with those guys, but Dalton Davis
I wanted
and
to
Jason
bury
Levi.
them.
Oh, you wanted to pick him so you could bury him?
Yeah.
What an asshole. What an asshole. Jeez, talk about a Vince McMahon tactic. I don't want anybody else to have him. I'm just going to bury him in the car.
Doc McMahon over here.
I know. No chance.
Oh, you mean the
That's
number
what
one booker in the entire world? I'll take that.
Oh, man. No, but seriously, though, in all seriousness, Dalton Davis Dalton Davis and Jason Levi are a fantastic tag team. I've got a chance to call a lot of their matches, and they've put out bangers anytime that I've seen them. They had a match back at that January show for DCCW. They had a match against the number 1 pick. The number 1 pick for the BMWF, the Original Sins, that absolutely stole the show. And these guys can just work. And the reason that you guys got a lot of value from that pick, Drake and Ariel, is because not only are they a great tag team together, but they also have had solo runs. So you guys can, at some point, if you ever wanted to split them up and try to get value from each of them from a solo run, you absolutely can. So great pick from the BMWF. That's Dalton Davis and Jason Levi, the Knockout Society. And that is going to take it over to the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast, or as Docs calls them, Wiener Hands. And Sean Kaleta, bro, who do you got with your number 8 pick?
Well, Doc knows a lot about those Wiener Hands, doesn't he? Anyway.
Yeah, I went to Ball State University. Of course I do.
Oh, well, there you go. How do I even come back to that? Anyway, so we look back at the list, and a lot of great people. I'll give it to all the teams so far. A lot of great people have been picked, but we were surprised that one person was still on that list. And we thought, we got a lot of great talent on the list so far, but what does every good promotion need? You need leaders and you need inspiration.
Yep.
And looking through that
list,
you guys
are screwed.
One name jumped out as pure inspiration. and that name was Gregory Iron. Not only is he an inspiration to kids and adults all across the globe, he's a phenomenal worker. CM Punk endorsed, of course. I don't think that, for that particular round, there was anybody else that we would have picked that would have meant as much as picking Gregory Iron. So that's our pick.
Great pick, because Gregory Iron, like you said, is in fact an absolute inspiration, the handicapped hero. Got a chance to see a couple of his matches, and God, the guy can work. And I've also seen him put on seminars, and he's just another one of those guys that is a complete well of information. And if you want that type of knowledge in your locker room, which obviously Kaleta did because he made the pick, you're definitely going to get it with Gregory Iron. So I say that's a fantastic pick. I got nothing bad to say about that for the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. Excellent pick at number 8. A hell of a lot of value. And that's going to take it back up to round number 9. And the Globo Gym Purple Cobras. Docs, who did you pick with your number 9th pick?
Gregory Irons, that was a hot shout, but not quite hot fire. That's right. I'm taking Myron Reed, friend of the podcast, actually. And you know what? I don't really have to say a whole lot about him. If you're familiar with this podcast and you're familiar with Myron Reed, he's just so damn good on every damn level, and that's why he's with the damn Purple Cobras.
Oh, man. Fantastic. I mean, I think I said this to you in the group chat that I'm surprised that he fell that far. Myron Reed is somebody who I've seen just flourish and grow so much in the professional wrestling business. Now, not only is he a tremendous worker with some of the things that I've seen him do in the ring, not only that, but now he's a stable leader for Injustice, and man, him, Snoop Strikes, and also Jordan Oliver. That's when you can lead a stable. That speaks volumes to me, because that means you have to represent other men within said stable. You got to speak for everybody. So for me, the young GOAT, hot fire Myron Reed was a great pick, and he's definitely somebody that you can not only build your brand around, but also he's going to put on bangers of matches every single night. So great pick, great value at number 9, and that is going to bring it over to the HWA now. I got a chance to see this guy for the first time late last year in October at Bizarro Lucha. He in some ways he reminds me of Docs. He's an Ohio boy, and he's very he's just a scary dude, man. He's not a big dude, but my God, the way this guy walks, you would think he was 7 feet tall. He's pissed all the time, and he is a hard, heavy hitter. And guys, that is Atticus Cogar. Atticus Cogar is somebody that I think that I can really do a lot with. He's a sick, twisted, fucked up individual. He tried to put a grocery bag over Calvin Tankman's head and suffocate the man. And that type of shock value, that type of crazy, that's what I want in the HWA. I want people to do, I want my guys to do things that's going to have people talking the next day. So that's why with our number 9th pick, I went ahead and took Atticus Cogar. Anything that you want to add to that, Docs? Because I know you've seen Atticus as well.
Yeah, honestly, I was just kind of kicking my own ass for not taking him. I was too occupied with booking all of your friends on my team. That way I could hurt you emotionally. That I really forgot that Atticus was on the list. So, yeah, that's my B.
Man, Atticus, hell of a pick, and happy to have him with the HWA. But now we got to move on in round 9, and that's going to take it over to the BMWF. Drake and Ariel, who do you guys got?
Well, it's round 9, and so we wanted to go somewhere. I believe I have seen this guy work before, and he's not the biggest guy in the world. He's definitely not the smallest. He's got a big heart, and he's getting bigger. I'm friends with him on Facebook, and you can see him almost daily, every few days. He's posting videos of him working out, and you can see the progression on how much bigger he's getting. He's just getting more and more stocky. So that's why we wanted to have somebody who could run with somebody like Miles Morales and Corey Storm, and run with everybody in any type of division that we have here in the BMWF. So that's why we went with our number 9 pick, Joey O'Reilly.
Ooh, good pick. That is a guy who I've got a chance to see a couple times over at New Wave, and he's probably one of the best athletes in this entire draft, and I mean that wholeheartedly. Some of the things I've seen this guy do is incredible, and he really owns, the thing that I like is that he owns his Irish character. That is so great, because you can see that he's angry, he's pissed, and he's got that Irish blood boiling in him, and to me that's a great pick. And somebody, this list that you guys got, Drake and Ariel, as far as cruiserweights go, Corey Storm, Miles Morales. You could also split up and throw Dalton Davis in there, and now you have Joey O'Reilly to add what is already looking to be a fantastic cruiserweight division for the BMWF. So somebody who's a fan of the WCW cruiserweight division, I love what you guys are doing, and that's a very, very good addition and a good pick. And like you said, he's getting bigger, so you can move him from that cruiserweight division and move him to the main event scene when you feel like it. So now, moving on over to the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast, it is your guys' turn over there at number 9. Who do you got?
For this round, we were looking at basically some versatility and badassery.
Yeah.
And we had that in our women's division with the amazing Maria, and we found it in somebody else. We found that in the Ubermensch, Nate Matthews. This guy, I've seen quite a bit of him in action, and I'll tell you what, this guy, he's going places. And I wanted to make sure we had a guy on our team that possessed those qualities I mentioned before, but also somebody who was definitely destined for great things in the future. And I'm pretty sure we picked that up with Nate Matthews.
Yeah, I agree with that. Nate Matthews is super talented. He's going to go really, really far, and he was going by the natural, but now he's going by the Ubermensch, and I really think that that's cool because it kind of sets him apart from everybody else. He's one of those guys that he's big, but he moves around like he's a lot smaller. So that's a great pick. Nate Matthews is definitely somebody that you can do a lot with. And, man, you guys over there at the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast, you guys aren't going to be able to compete with the HWA on Monday nights, but I will admit that you guys have some great talent there with the Jim Nasty Boys, the amazing Maria, the Shane Mercer. My goodness, a lot of these guys that we see there over there at Heroes and Legends, and these talents are just absolutely incredible, man. So great job on that pick, Nate Matthews. Somebody that I looked at, but I was thinking that he was going to slide a little bit further than what he did.
Well, you messed up.
Yeah, I sure did, man. I sure did.
Yeah, for like 35 years you've been fucking up, Con. It's fine.
You know what, bro? It's been 33. So get your math right. Quit trying to add years on me, bro.
2 more years.
Quit trying to add years on me. But now we're going to move on to what we all perceived to be the final round. But, guys, it wasn't the final round, and I'll explain that to you after this round is over. We're now in the 10th round, and that is going to go to the Global Gym Purple Cobras. Docs over here, who do you got with your number 10 pick?
This one was actually pretty straightforward. I was just like, you hate Dalton Davis? I hate Dalton Davis. Come join my squad, High Society. That's right. And they've got a banger of an entrance music. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. Just a mutual hatred and, just absolute fucking pisses me off. I hate him so much. But, yeah, so do they. So, yeah, we hate Dalton Davis. So go High Society.
Yeah, not only that, bro. The pick that you got there, the High Society at pick number 10, guys. These guys are just detestable heels. Their character is great. They got they've got all the money. They're trust fund babies, bro. So you have to absolutely hate these guys, and they're good at making you hate them. I've got a chance to call some of their action, and you're right. Their theme, absolute banger, no disagreement there. and hell, I can't argue any more than that. Great pick. So you've already got a great women's division, and now you're adding to a tag team division there with the High Society. So great pick there at number 10. And now we're gonna move it on over to the HWA, and we already had a monster in Congo Kong, but my pick for Congo Kong, he's super talented. Killer in the ring, and killer in the locker room. Definitely the locker room leader that you want. But I wanted to have another monster. I wanted to have another guy that was gonna come in and just rough shit up and really tear things down. Now, I got a chance to see this guy for the first time a few shows ago, and my gosh, he can brawl, he can tear it up, and he's part of that Samoan descent, and there's nothing wrong with having some of those great Samoan wrestlers on your roster. So with the number 10 pick, the HWA selected Solomon Tupu. So that is a pick that I am very happy with. Docs, I'm not sure. Actually, yeah, I think you got a chance to see a little bit of Solomon. So what do you think about that pick at number 10, Solomon Tupu?
I think it's a solid pick. I think it could have been, used better in other promotions. Not even saying anything at all, but, he deserves better. But, yeah, so I feel bad for him, but, hey, good call, I guess.
Hey. He's where he needs to be at, and that is the HWA, and we're happy to have him. And that's going to move it on over.
I mean, you got to start at the bottom.
Get out of here. Get out of here. If he was starting off at the bottom, he'd be with you guys don't even have a real promotion name. It's the Purple Cobra. What's your promotion name?
Gym Purple Cobras.
That's your promotion name? That really?
Yeah.
You're going to get sued for that.
Here at Global Gym, we're better than you, and we know it.
You're going to get sued for that, bro.
Wouldn't be the first time, so fuck it. Doxy Films has a pretty good lawyer, so I'm fine.
Oh man, all right. You got a good lawyer. All right, I'll let you get away with it. Just like we're getting away with using In Your House, and NXT is taking it back.
Right. Hypocritical much right there. Anyway.
But moving on over to the BMWF, who do you guys got with your number 10 pick?
Our number 10 pick. I've been saying this a lot, and I'm going to keep saying it because keep moving forward in our list. They are this. We wanted heavy hitters, somebody who can run with anybody, people who, are intimidating in the ring. They don't necessarily fully look intimidating when they walk out behind that curtain, but as soon as that bell rings and they start going and they start working, it's something else to see. And we wanted with somebody who's a fully gimmicked guy. So that's why we went with none other than Anthony Lee for our number 10 pick.
Ooh, the Lost Cause, Anthony Lee. And, man, he's a great veteran to have in your locker room for sure, but he can still go. And you guys, once again, I have to admit, you guys are stacking up those heavy hitters. There's definitely going to be some strong style going on in the BMWF with the names I've already heard, but adding Anthony Lee to the equation, he's definitely somebody that is gonna stiff those cruiserweights in a good way and make them have to really work for it. So great pick with Anthony Lee. I've seen a lot of his work, and he is a hard hitter. And that's going to move it over to the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. That's my man, Sean Kaleta. Who do you got, man, with your number 10 pick?
Well, we were looking at what was left on the board, and all good talent. We've managed so far to fit in some heavy hitters. We managed to fit in some amazing female talent. We managed to fit in a guy that I didn't even want. And we needed something a little bit lighter, something to appeal to the crowd, to appeal to the masses. We wanted somebody that people could live vicariously through, whether you're male or female or anything else. And there's only one person that seemed to fit that bill, and that would be the ladies' man, Mike King. Don't be fooled. Mike King is a fool. He's an absolute fool. He's crazy. He's funny. But the man, once he gets in the ring, that personality comes off, and he's definitely somebody that you need to watch out for.
Absolutely agree with that. Guys, the ladies' man Mike King is somebody I'm very, very familiar with. Friend of the show, guys like a brother to me. But one thing that I can say, and I know Docs will speak up on this and be very serious about this, is that he knows how to string together a story. He knows how to exude heat from the crowd, and he's a great character. So you got a lot of value with that number 10 pick at on Mike King. Doxy, do you feel the same way, man?
Oh yeah, I love Mike King. He's a great dude. Like you said, knows how to string a story together. And when he comes to IHOP, he gets steak tips, cooked medium, eggs over easy, and that comes with hash browns and a side of pancakes, just so y'all know. It's about $9.89 before tax.
Breakfast of Champions.
Breakfast of Champions. Man, for real. Are we? Hey, Docs, are you going to be able to get us that IHOP sponsorship for the podcast, bro?
Bro, I cussed out my bosses the other day. You really think they're going to fucking sponsor me?
Bro, you're fired.
Dude, surprisingly not. I straight up cut a promo on their asses and, like, they got an apology, so whatever.
Oh, hell, all right. I see you, Docs. All right. Well, guys out there in the household, the 14 different countries all across these great United States and locally right here in Indiana, guys, that was the first 10 rounds of the In Your House Fantasy Draft. And you guys thought it was over at that. Well, let me tell you guys, it's not over. It's not, because we had so much fun doing this. Myself, the BMWF, Docs over there with the Globo Gym Purple Cobras, and my man Sean Kaleta and Michael DeVore over at the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. Definitely go give them a follow and give them a listen. If you like this podcast, you'll definitely get a lot of info from them. A lot of time invested into the business, so you're going to get a lot of good info. We had a lot of fun doing this, so we added another 3 rounds, you guys. We added another 3 rounds, and we mixed it up. We did something very different. As Docs would say, we added a little bit of shenanigans here. We did a little bit of musical chairs here with the draft order. We pulled it, and we got a completely different draft order for the last 3 rounds, and that really made things fun and really made things interesting. So, guys, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a quick break here. We got to pay a couple bills, and when we come back, we're going to get into those last 3 rounds. Hey guys, this is the director, Con House, of In Your House, and this episode is sponsored by Podcorn. Podcorn is a marketplace connecting podcasters to amazing podcast sponsorship opportunities such as host read ads, interview segments, topical discussions, and more. With Podcorn, there is no middleman. Podcasters of all sizes can browse and choose opportunities right on the platform, set their own rates, and collaborate with brands directly without any exclusivities. You never give up any rights to your podcast, and Podcorn is here to support you at every step to ensure you're protected and compensated for the work that you do for brands. The marketplace mission is to give podcasters transparency, creative control, and freedom, and full control of how and when they monetize. So check the show notes on this episode, and you will see a link to www.podcorn.com/podcasters. But now, it's time to get back to In Your House. Hey guys, welcome back to In Your House. It's your boy, the Director, Con House, and not only do I have Team In Your House, that is Docs, the controversial mermaid Ariel, and reporter Drake Kennedy, I've got my man Sean Kaleta over here from the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast, representing, holding it down as we've been through the first 10 rounds of the In Your House Fantasy Draft, and we love to give it to you guys. Absolutely having a good time. And like I said before we went on break, guys, we have 3 rounds left, and we mixed things up and made it very, very interesting. So now here's the new draft order. With the number 4 pick is the worst promotion out of the 4. That is the Globo Gym Purple Cobras.
Y'all just wanted to screw me because I was kicking your asses so much. So it's like, yeah, we'll give him the last one. Stick him with the bottom of the barrel.
Bro, the fix was definitely not in. What are you talking about? Come on.
Yeah. I know you. They call you a con for a reason.
Good point. No, but the number 3 pick went to the HWA. The number 2 pick went to the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. And the number 1 pick went to BMWF, Drake and Ariel. So now, with them having the first pick and the 11th round, BMWF, who did you guys take with your 11th pick?
So I was so excited when you sent this updated list and put a couple more females on there because, you know, Doc likes to screw us and take all the females. So as soon as I saw this list and I saw that we were first picked, I was jumping up and down, screaming, and I was like, all right, we got to get our girl because she's on here. You know, she can intergender wrestle. She is a hard hitter for the women's division. And, I mean, who wouldn't want her? So we went with Miss Alley Cat.
Great pick. Incredible amount of value at that number 11 pick. This chick is tough. I mean, I've said in the previous podcast that the Amazing Maria is possibly the toughest chick in all of the local professional wrestling scene. Well, Alley Cat is up there with her too. It goes hand in hand. This is a chick that will do some death matches. This is a chick that will go in there with men and throw hands. I've seen pictures of her a bloody mess, just like I've seen the Amazing Maria the same way. So man, have we not had that match? That'd be a hell of a match, the Amazing Maria versus Alley Cat. But nonetheless, great pick because you're gonna get a lot of value with her. And meow to y'all because now Alley Cat is now repping the BMWF, and now that's gonna take it over to the second pick. The second pick there in the 11th round. And the second pick is going to go over to the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. So who did you grab up with your 11th pick there, Kaleta?
You know, this was an easy one for us. I'm just going to put it like this. And this is coming from the words of her mouth, so I'm going to speak them to you so everybody understands why this pick is so incredibly badass. Don't throw stones if you live in the glass house, and if you got a glass jaw, you better watch your mouth. Directly from Spanish Town, Jamaica, Jocelyn Navarro.
Oh,
well, that's the heat rock there.
Right there.
That was heat rock, bro. No, but seriously, great pick because you talk about a chick with a bad attitude. She definitely has a bad attitude, but in the best possible way. And she's still pretty young in this business, but she is a heavy hitter. She knows how to go out there and get the crowd just upset. So that is a great pick because that is a chick. I mean, you already have the Amazing Maria. Jocelyn Navarro versus the Amazing Maria. Please just take all of my money. Just take all of it because there's a lot of yeah, man. There's a lot of money in that match. So great,
Doc
fantastic
has no money,
pick.
though, so he can't watch it.
I got
spent all his money on that first round pick.
Man, the last few dollars that I got, I would give it to the Amazing Maria versus Jocelyn Navarro. They could have it. Like seriously. That would be a hell of a match right there. But now moving on to the number 3 pick in the 11th round, and that's going over to the coming over to the HWA. And I wanted a guy that I really feel like that can grow with the HWA. The fact that this kid was still on this list at this point it is just absolutely insane. But he's somebody that through the quarantine has done a hell of a lot of work on his body. He is a great character, and hey, he went out there and he tried to save Becky Idol from the dastardly Shiloh Greaves, and that is Brazy Braden Lee. I think definitely that kid is gonna go a lot of places. Like I said, he's got a great, fantastic look, and I think that the kid's gonna be a star one day. Docs, what do you think about that pick, Braden Lee?
I think he needs to stop putting himself in situations where Shiloh Greaves is going to destroy his soul.
Hey, man, have you seen Braden Lee? That man.
Have you seen Shiloh Greaves? Have you ever drinking Arizona tea? That's what I thought.
Listen, man, Shiloh Greaves is a dastardly asshole, but one-on-one with Braden Lee, I'm not so sure because that dude will probably throw him around that ring.
Shiloh Greaves is willing to go the distance no matter what it takes.
Shiloh Greaves is going to have a lot of trouble on that Purple Cobras roster because he's got to deal with not only Sam Knight but Justin Kyle. So,
they're going to be busy with each other, and I'm sure not going to let Sam do anything. He's going to be busy being buried. That's fine.
Oh, no, you can't bury Sam, bro. If you're going to do that, trade him to me. Trade him to me.
I'm just going to do it to hurt you.
Don't do it.
This isn't about winning. It's about hurting you.
No. Dang. I don't want to bury the Awesome Odyssey, but I guess I will.
Hey, Jack's your friend too, man. You're just doing your bro dirty.
Can't stand you. but we're talking about Docs here, and with that being said, it's time to take it over to Purple Cobras. Man, who did you pick with your 11th pick?
First of all, I want to get a few things cleared up because a lot of people like to paint me as the bad guy on these things, which, I mean, y'all are dumb, so whatever, I don't give a shit. But I want to point out that Alley Cat and Navarro were added to the board because you cannot do the simple division, and 50 is not divisible by 4. Thank you very much. That's note number 1. Number 2, for the swimming paper boys over there, Drink, do you need a coffee, homie? And Ariel, get back in the Barbie PC game from 1995, Daytime Barbie's Express Adventure. I don't give a shit. It's just a weird dynamic over there. It's kind of creeping me out. But anyway, in 2016, we lost someone very near and dear to my heart. As an Ohio kid, it really got me. And his name was Harambe. And in his honor, I recruited Mega Mondo because they kind of look alike.
Mega Mondo, man. Mega Mondo, one of the loudest mouths in the business, and you got a lot of quality with that pick, I think, and a lot of value because Mega Mondo, he's fun, man. I got a chance to work a show with him a few months ago, and his fan interaction is great. Just his character alone. I mean, every other word. It's like, dude is like a Pokemon because every other word is Mega this, Mega that. And I asked him if he was a fan of Mega Man, and you know what he told me, Docs?
What?
He said he never heard of him.
That makes sense.
No, man,
Jesus.
But no. Great pick there. Mega Mondo is definitely somebody that you can get a lot of good value at on a lot of different parts of the card. And once again, his fan interaction is it's just great. So moving right back along, we're gonna go to the number 12 pick. This thing's almost over, you guys. I can't believe it. This stinks. I'm having a lot of fun, but we're moving it over there to the number 12 pick, and that is BMWF. Who'd you guys take?
Number 12 pick, the second to last round. We wanted somebody, to help round out that cruiserweight division that we have, somebody who can keep up. And I think we all believe here that cruiserweights can work with anybody. They can be main event stars. We've proven that with the WCW cruiserweight division, and look at where we are in wrestling today.
Yep.
I was looking up everybo's names on our list and watching clips that they have online and trying to decide who would be perfect. And this man is a high flyer, is fast. He's goddamn incredible, honestly. He's really good. And that's why we went with Sage Phillips for our 12th pick.
Oh, great pick. Great pick there. Sage Phillips, the Ring Wizard. And I have to admit, you guys by far have the best cruiserweight division in this entire draft because I'm looking down. I'm looking down at because I keep a list of everybody's picks as we're going along. And I'm looking at it. I'm looking at Corey Storm. I'm looking at Miles Morales. I'm looking at Joey O'Reilly. I'm looking at Sage Phillips, and I'm like, my God, you guys have a cruiserweight division that is just, to be quite honest, just kicking ass. I mean, you guys have a good split between heavy hitters, cruiserweights, and man, you guys are looking a lot like ECW was back in the '90s. So great pick there, Sage Phillips.
Yeah, unpaid.
You know what? The ECW comparison's so funny because we haven't outed what BMWF stands for, and we are the Backyard Mud Show Wrestling Federation, so we are unpaid.
Yowie wowie! That is great. That is great. Oh my gosh. Oh geez. I thought everybody getting paid with a hot dog and a handshake was going to be the lowest form of payment, but no, it seems like it's going to be the BMWF because they're not getting nothing at all. But hey, speaking
paying your dues.
Exactly, paying your dues, kid. But speaking of the hot dog and a handshake podcast, it's their turn over there with the 12th round. So, Mr. Kaleta, who'd you guys pick with the 12th pick?
You know, it's still great names up on the board at this point, but somebody that's on that list represents, in my opinion, the epitome of young talent today. And that's what this business in general needs, is more young, hungry talent who want to get in there and make a difference and make professional wrestling theirs. And this guy, our next pick, to me, I believe, could potentially be the 1-2-3 kid of this generation.
Ooh.
And with that being said, our next pick is going to be straight out of high school, Dewey Wellington.
Ooh, good pick. You see, here's the thing about Dewey Wellington, you guys out there in the household. This is a kid that I've seen help set up and tear down the ring, and he's not even on the card at all. He's always there, always showing up. He very young, and that goes hand in hand with his moniker, the Kid, and also straight out of high school, like Mr. Kaleta had just alluded to. But the thing about Dewey Wellington that I saw, he is the smallest guy with the biggest heart. When I see him, I see guys like a 1-2-3 Kid. I see guys like a Crash Holly. I see guys like a Spike Dudley. Like, Dewey Wellington is definitely somebody that will get himself over organically because of his size and his heart. And that is a great pick there for the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast, along with a lot of great picks that they already have. And that's going to move it over to the HWA, the Household Wrestling Alliance. And I'll tell you exactly who we took with our number 12 pick. This guy right here is another one of those guys that will show up and not complain, help out, and do whatever it takes. Also, you got to have a good, pure, white meat baby face on your roster, I think, and he definitely embodies that, and that is Mac Sterling. I'm a huge fan of Mac Sterling. I've got a chance to call a lot of his action, and I think that is a great pick right there. Docs, what do you think about Mac Sterling? Because I know you've also called a lot of his action at DCCW as a commentator.
Max Sterling's one of those guys who can definitely go the distance. He's been around for a bit, and he really knows what he's doing. He's a very, very smart, calculating individual if you actually get to talk to him. So, yeah, I think it's a fair pick. It's a fair show. Sorry, I was busy doing things like booking myself on someone else's podcast, which will be better.
Oh, shut up. Well, you're trying to book yourself on... you better be promoting this podcast if you're going on another one.
I mean, obviously, I'm going to tell people about you guys. It's going to be like, hey, if you guys listen to the In Your House podcast, you will appreciate this one even more.
Damn it. Damn you. Listen, you're supposed to be part of the team, all right? You're supposed to be the outcast of the podcast.
Do you not know what the word outcast means, bro?
You know what? At least we bring you back every time.
Yeah, fair point. Fair point. But, you know, you got to get views somehow.
Oh,
what are you talking shit about?
Hey, what's happening?
Not the one with the K.
No, the one with the K is definitely a whole lot better than this one right here. But we're talking about Docs, and Docs is already running his mouth. So who do you got with your number 12 pick, you asshole?
You know, my next pick is a guy I've met a couple of times. His name's Adam Slade. You might have heard of him. He's kind of a big deal, you know. And, we kind of bonded over the fact that, you know, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm completely fucking this up, which I absolutely might be, because if I remember correctly, he's the guy I talked to who was in the military, and I was an Army brat, so, like, we just kind of bonded over that. And, man, I've seen him go, and, like, he can go. And when he goes, he'll go. If I say go one more time, I'm going to collect $200.
No, but great pick there. Seriously, great pick there with the deal, Adam Slade. He's another one of those guys with a unique look. and he goes out there and he's a great performer. Another one of those guys that I'm really shocked went down this far in the draft, but a whole lot of value that you got with them. Absolutely, that's not a bad pick at all, Adam Slade. And with that being said, it is time for the final round, the last round of the In Your House Fantasy Draft. And now we're going to figure out, now anybody who's familiar with drafting and major sports knows that the last pick of the draft is always called Mr. Irrelevant. So we're going to find out now who Mr. Irrelevant of the draft is. And just because we say that, guys, doesn't mean that they're a terrible wrestler or bad. It just means, you got picked last. So we're going to get there. But before we do, we have to get through the number 1 pick. And BMWF, who do you guys got with the final pick?
The final pick, number 13, unlucky 13, and it's our lucky number. We went with somebody.
Foot lettuce.
Get the fuck out. That derailed my train really bad. I'm thinking of chills now. But we went. Our number 13. We've been saying it the whole time. We wanted heavy hitters, and this man is. Some of his inspirations to get into wrestling were wrestlers that made you say, quote, how the fuck did he do that, unquote. And it would be people that inspired him like Cactus Jack, Mankind, Mick Foley, Terry Funk, the Sandman, Tommy Dreamer, New Jack, and the Monster Abyss, men like that. This man is a heavy hitter. He's not afraid to get dirty. He doesn't mind hurting people. In fact, he wants to hurt people. And that's why we went with our number 13. And I'd love to see him with our third pick, Taylor Myers, in a match. Gives me all my money, and that is Rathbone.
Ooh, bro, Rathbone and Taylor Myers in a death match would be fire, bro.
It'd be over.
Oh my gosh. When I talked about you guys being ECW, it seems like I was really right, because you guys are really looking a lot like ECW, bro.
I think so too, sir.
Man, yeah, that's a hell of a pick. Rathbone with the with your guys' pick, the last pick for the last round for the BMWF. So, guys, let's break down the BMWF really quick before we get to the next one, and that is Original Sins, Sefa Fatu, Taylor Myers, Category 5, Corey Storm, Nick Iggy, Miles Morales, Big Purse, Percy Davis, KO Society, Joey O'Reilly, Anthony Lee, Alley Cat, Sage Phillips, and Rathbone. That is a hell of a lineup, you guys. You guys did a hell of a job.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, that's a fucking roster right there. But we went ahead and broke down their roster, and we'll get a brief synopsis as far as their promotion and what they want to do with these guys at the end of this thing before we call it a great episode. But before we do that, we have to take it over to my man, Sean Kaleta with the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast. Who did you take with your final pick?
You know, you'd mentioned the last pick being Mr. Irrelevant. It doesn't apply in this case. In fact, in this entire competition, the only Mr.
Yeah, I'd rather
Irrelevant
just call you Sean.
But all that aside, what's that?
I said, no Mr. Irrelevance here. I'd rather just call you Sean.
But like I already said before you made that comment, that the only Mr. Irrelevant here is Docs. But anyway,
you know.
This last pick of ours, definitely not Mr. Irrelevant. In fact, a guy who's been around a little bit, one of our bigger guys that we're adding to our roster. I couldn't be happier with this pick. I really couldn't. I think he's going to do us a great job. I think he's a great guy. He's a very talented in-ring performer, and that person is none other than the Lumberjack, Yukon Mike.
Ooh, that's a good pick. A lot of value there. One of the bigger guys as far as wrestler goes. But as long as he's been wrestling, you're definitely going to get a lot of a locker room knowledge from this guy. So that's a great pick, bro.
Thank you. I thought so too. I think we're going to do great.
Yeah, you guys have a hell of a roster. So let me go ahead and quickly break down the Hot Dog and a Handshake roster here, and that is the Gymnasty Boys, Rush Jones, the Amazing Maria, the Iron Demon, Shane Mercer, the Flowing Samoan, Anthony Toatelli, the Absolute Answer, Nick Cutler, Levi Everett, Gregory Irons, the Ubermints, Nate Matthews, the Ladies' Man, Mike King, Jocelyn Navarro, Dewey Wellington, and Con Mike. Now, there's a lot of heavy hitters on that roster. You guys have a great roster there, and you guys also have a couple of ladies there for the women's division. Now, I'm going to ask you as well, just like I am the BMWF, what are the goals of this promotion and what type of promotion you guys plan to be, but that will come after the draft. And now it is time to go to our last pick over with the HWA, and we wanted to continue filling out our tag team division. Now, this team, I've called a lot of their action in DCCW, and you want to have guys there in the locker room that have teamed together for a very long time, and also are great in the locker room as well, because they have a lot to offer as far as knowledge goes. So that's why with our final pick, the HWA selected the Knights of the Squared Circle. We were happy to get them. We were happy to have these two men be on the promotion, because I've called a lot of their action, and even with Travis Southern being up there, a little bit up there in age, he's still a great wrestler and somebody who I think has a whole lot of value in the tag team division. And man, I gotta say, his partner, man, the guy he's somebody that I've worked with a whole lot, and he's hungry. He is very, very hungry to be the best wrestler that he possibly can be, and I think that once this whole quarantine thing is over, he's going to get to where he wants to be, because I've had the pleasure of working with him a whole lot. So now we're going to move it over to Docs. Bro, you have Mr. Irrelevant. That means by the process of elimination, you got the last guy. So, is there anything that you want to say as far as your final pick?
This guy, he might have been the last pick, but that doesn't say anything against him, because he has a phenomenal talent who's done phenomenal work that I've never seen, but since he's on my team, I'm absolutely sure he's a fucking killer superstar, and that is Thomas Wayne Oliver, I think.
That is him. That's him, Thomas Wayne Oliver, and Mr. Irrelevant of this draft. But he is somebody that has worked. He's worked in wrestling for a little bit, and he's a good wrestler, man. And one thing that I noticed about him when he was at New Wave, he really does a funny type of gimmick when he's wrestling. But I really like to see him doing the more suited, whiny heel type thing. And I really think that if you use him that way, I think that you'll get a lot of value out of him. So now it is time for us to break down the HWA, and then we're gonna break down the Purple Cobras. Now the HWA had Paragon, Mance Warner, Heavyweight Hustle Calvin Tankman, Becky Idol, The Monster Congo Kong, Trip Cassidy, Wildheart Cole Radrick, Awesome Odyssey, Atticus Koger, Solomon Tupu, Brazy, Braden Lee, Max Sterling, and the Knights of the Squared Circle. The Purple Cobras had The Takeover, Justin Kyle, The Right Hand of God, Sam Knight, Space Jesus, Billy Starks, Shiloh Greaves, Charlie Cruel, Holly Cromwell, Bastard Cassidy, Aaron Atlas, the Young Titan, Hot Fire, Myron Reed, High Society, Mega Mondo, Adam Slade, The Deal, and Thomas Wayne Oliver. So now we have all those picks out there. Every single pick has been put out there. So, Docs, what are your plans for the GGPC?
I've got some big plans coming for the Globo Gym Purple Cobras. Of course, I started out with my main event scene because, there's money in Justin Kyle versus Sam Knight. And, it's going to be real cathartic for me to watch Sam Knight die. Aside from that, I've got such a diverse roster that, I'm going to be able to mix it up constantly. And the main focus of my show is definitely the women's division because, honestly, that's what I know how to book better. And that's why I put so much focus into the picks that I made for my women's division, to the point where y'all only had, you guys had to put 2 extra women on the board, just saying. But yeah, that's really, the main focus is to put butts in seats, and I've got the kind of heat to bring that with Hot Fire Myron Reed, and then, everyone wants to see Shiloh Greaves get his ass kicked. I'm going to make sure that he doesn't. Just to piss you guys off, because y'all fucking suck.
I really like the direction. I really like the direction that you have with your promotion. I mean, you got a couple of main event guys with Kyle and Knight. You got a great women's division. You've got a really good cruiserweight division there. And to me personally, not as good as the BMWF, but Aaron Atlas, Myron Reed, a couple of great guys there, and even Shiloh Greaves if you choose to do that. But Shiloh Greaves, to me, and I think you'd agree, is more of a main event guy because his heel work is just second to none. So I think you got a lot of good things going there for the GGPC, bro.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And as soon as I'm done, burying Sam Knight, trust me, people are going to get the Justin Kyle, Shiloh Greaves beatdown that they've always wanted.
Ooh, man. Oh, I feel bad for Shiloh, but that's a great roster right there. Fantastic roster. And now I'm going to go ahead and break down the HWA real quick. Now, what we really wanted to do, me and Miss Fabulosity, we wanted to focus on characters, which is why I pulled Paragon and Mance Warner off the board so quickly. Paragon is so charismatic; he really reminds me of like a young Rock, and Mance Warner reminds me of a young Stone Cold. So that would be a great main event for whatever my WrestleMania would be. Those promos would be killer. And Mance Warner is somebody that wherever he goes, he relates. He's relatable because he's a good old boy, but he also has great death matches. Calvin Tankman is one of those big guys that moves like a cruiserweight. Definitely, I'd be pushing him. I'd be pushing him like our North American champion over there at NXT, and he's somebody that I think people would get behind. I love his theme. It's Tupac. You gotta love it. I've tried to focus on getting a lot of guys that I think could be interchangeable in the main event scene, which is why I brought in somebody like Trip Cassidy and Congo Kong. But I also wanted I wanted some pure wrestlers there with Max Sterling and Cole Radrick. Another character guy is Atticus Cogar, and I think Solomon Tupu, whenever it's time for Congo Kong to jump back into the locker room and not be on camera anymore, Solomon Tupu would be great to take over that monster role. So you got great tag teams with the Awesome Odyssey and the Knights of the Squared Circle. I've got future plans for Atticus Cogar and Braden Lee. So that's what I wanted to do. I really wanted to do something. It feels like the BMWF is more like ECW, but I really wanted to get as close to the Attitude Era as I possibly could. So BMWF, what are your guys' plans for your promotion?
It's like we've been saying, we wanted to put a lot of focus on the tag division with pulling our number one pick was the original Sins, Tyler Lydall and Mean Dick Michaels, along with, fellow tag teams like the KO Society. And I think anybody on our list, I've seen these people talk with each other and be close, and everybody's close. All these guys could even form a tag team in our own division, even though we have 13 folks. But we have an insane division that, like you said, a lot of your talent can be interchangeable with the main event scene and not being in the main event scene. And that is a lot of what we are looking for. We wanted people who, if they were bad, they were truly bad, and they don't give a shit, and they want to hurt people, and they don't give a fuck what the fans think. But I also we wanted people in our organization that did care what the fans think and care about the fans, and we want the perfect balance of everything. We want the perfect balance of heavy hitters, the perfect mix of violence and fast-paced wrestling and technical wrestling and putting on entertainment. And that's what the BMWF is. It's going to be a celebration of all styles of wrestling.
I really like what you guys did. You guys really filled out your guys' roster really nicely. I mean, looking at the list, I'm like, wow. I mean, when we put out this list for everybody out there in the household and everybody out there on social media to basically say, oh, well, that looks like the best promotion, that this and that looks like the best promotion, I really think that with the balance that you guys have, it could possibly be the most well-rounded roster out of everybody. And that's gonna throw it over to my man Sean Kaleta, who's got a lot of years invested in this business. So what are your plans for the hot dog and a handshake promotion, the HDHS?
You know, we were looking primarily for a diversity of different types of talent, and you know, in my opinion, as I think everybody should be thinking, we have the best. You know, we've got the big guys. That was a Doc's evil laugh, wasn't it?
It was.
Well, we've got the big guys. We've got the high flyers. We've got a women's division that you just can't touch. I think we have everything. I think we have. I didn't interrupt you, bastard. I think we have everything.
No, but I signed bastard.
You did, yeah, you
Send
did.
you a hot dog.
No, go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
I think we have everything that appeals to everybody's interests. You know, some guys or some fans like the big guys, some like the women, some like the high flying guys. I think we have a very well-rounded group. I am not going to say who our top guy is going to be yet. This is going to be something that, you know, I think will become evident itself right away. But, I mean, we've just got such a great diverse group of people with so many different talents. I'm pretty much speechless at the group that we got, man. I'm very happy with it. I think it's going to be an amazing group, and man, I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next.
Yeah, you guys have a fantastic roster, honestly. I mean, you guys took the Gym Nasty Boys off the board very quickly. They're like, I mean, to me, when I see those guys, they definitely give me that Dudley Boys vibe, but the way that they move in the ring and the advantage that you have with the Gym Nasty Boys, just like I said with BMWF, you can push those guys individually as well. You got a lot of powerhouses there with Rush Jones and Shane Mercer. Shane Mercer probably one of the strongest guys in the independent wrestling scene right now. You have a locker room leader and one of the toughest chicks in all of indie wrestling, in the amazing Maria. The flowing Samoan Anthony Toatelli is somebody that always brings them out. You got some great heel work there with Nick Cutler and Mike King. Yukon Mike is definitely one of those guys that'll be great in your locker room. Dewey Wellington is somebody that's gonna really be relatable to fans. Levi Everett's a fantastic character. Gregory Irons, the most inspirational talent in this entire draft. Jocelyn Navarro is going to be a great heel to go up against the amazing Maria's face work. Nate Matthews is somebody that you can definitely grow in that promotion. You guys have a great roster, and I think that everybody has a great roster, honestly. To keep it 100, I mean, I think that it's going to be really hard for the household and everybody that is going to see this list. Once we drop it on social media, and we're going to give it a little bit of time, we got to let people listen to the episode first, and then we'll give it some time, and then I'll drop the full list on my Facebook for everybody to share and say who they like and who they don't like, or who they think is the best promotion. But we'll put it out there, and this made for possibly one of my top 3 favorite episodes. And guys, this is 188 episodes, and for me to say that means a lot, because this was so fun. I had a blast doing it, and it was one of the greatest. It was one of the greatest things that I think In Your House did. So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing up, because now that we've broke everything down, it's up to you guys, the household, to critique our rosters. Each and every roster, we're gonna give you guys that opportunity. So now with that being said, I'm gonna throw it over to my man Sean Kaleta. Man, go ahead and promote anything that you want to promote, plug anything that you want to plug. It's your time, my brother, and plug it.
Well, first off, I just want to say, best of luck to everybody. So many great picks. I think this is a great idea that you had, and we're going to kill it. This is going to be super fun. As far as plugs, we don't have any shows coming up, but always www.heroesandlegendswrestling.com. Definitely the place to be to find out information about our upcoming shows, buy some merch. Head over to Pro Wrestling Tees. Sean Kaleta, HLW. Buy one of my shirts or 2 or 3. I got 4 on there, so buy a 4-pack if you want. In Your House, the best professional wrestling podcast around. Be sure to tune in and download every single episode, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely, man. It was great having you on, guys. The Hot Dog and the Handshake podcast. If you get a chance to, go over there and give them a listen. Sean Kaleta has a lot of time invested in the business. He's the director of operations for Heroes and Legends Professional Wrestling, and just a solid individual altogether. A really, really great guy. So, man, thanks for taking some time out of your Sunday to come on and do the show, bro.
Thanks for having me, man. Anytime, I'm there for you.
I appreciate you, bro. Much love to you. And that's gonna throw it over to the controversial mermaid, Ariel. Go ahead and plug anything that you want to plug if you feel the need. So go ahead and plug it.
All right. So first off, I got a little beef with our listeners.
Uh-oh.
Because, I plugged my stuff last time, and I was like, I really need some new followers on Twitter. You know how many followers I got, Con?
How many?
1. I got 1 new follower.
Guys, do a better
2
job.
more than you deserve.
Oh. I'm not even going to comment on that. That's rude.
I'm on my way to you right now, Doc.
I'm right here, dude.
Man, you went on the podcast.
Right.
Somebody from India can come to your address, bro.
Dude, I'm moving in like a month.
No, but go ahead, Ariel. Go ahead.
All right, but my Twitter, and y'all better follow me, is Mermaid Star with 2 R's. So seriously, go follow me. I need more followers.
Guys, go over and follow her. That's Mermaid Star. That's 2 R's, right, Ariel?
Yep, 2 R's at the end.
Guys, go check her out. Go check out her tweet. She needs more followers. Help sis out. Help sis out. Give her some followers. She's a great person. We're happy to have her here over at In Your House. And now it's time for her partner in crime over there and my boy, reporter Drake Kennedy, to go ahead and plug it.
Yeah, I do have a Twitter. I also got 1 new follower that I didn't deserve. I'll agree with Doc. I didn't deserve that follower, so I'm super thankful of it. Keep sticking the Kool-Aid. Call me Jim Jones. Let's go. Yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do that at Drake Reports IYH, and I talk wrestling, movies, music, whatever pretty much I'm feeling at the moment or what's going on in our world. Our world is going through an extremely tough time, and I know a lot of people are struggling, and they're afraid, and they're angry. It is a very confusing time for a lot of people, and I do want to say with the platform we have to stand with one another. Mikey Hutch would say it that, we're one. We use that in a wrestling terminology, but even more than that, it's deeper down. We're people. We're all people. We should be there for each other and love each other and care about each other's lives. And everything that's been going on is really hard, and we're all sending positive thoughts out to people in Minneapolis and everything that's going on. But, yeah, if you want to follow me at Drake Reports IYH. Stay safe. Hug your friends. Hug your family. And stay strong with your brothers and sisters. Have a great day.
Absolutely, man. No, well said by reporter Drake Kennedy. In all seriousness, though, he's right. We all have to stand together and be together, and that's one of the reasons why I was so happy and glad to be able to put this little podcast series together, the draft, something to take your guys' minds off of everything that's going on and just having a good time and have a nice little a draft here where we're being, having a lot of jocularity and a good time, and I really, really thoroughly had a good time with everybody on this podcast that I consider brothers and sisters. It it was fun and a blast. Now, with that being said, somebody who loves angst and loves anger and and loves misery, but we love him all the same. Docs, you know what time it is, bro. Do it the only way that Docs can. Go ahead and plug it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Riddle Club and household alike, it is your favorite part of the problem, the outcast of the podcast, Docs. And you can follow me on Twitter at Docs on the Rocks, DOX on the ROX. And if you follow me on there, you'll just notice me stalking Poppy because, Poppy is my mommy. Anywho, as you all know, I own Doxby Films, and we're producing a movie. It's called Smokestack. We start shooting in about a week. Now that we can actually go out and boat. So that's pretty cool. I will say I am kind of disappointed that Kaleta didn't hit us with his signature line, "You've got a friend in the diamond business, the Shane Company at Westport Parkway and Taylorsville Road." But until next time, you can riddle me that.
My man Docs, always throw in that toxic, or as we like to call it, doxic stuff out there, but we love him all the same, and he's definitely a big pivotal part of this podcast, man, and we love him for it. Sean Kaleta is awesome. Definitely was happy to get him and Michael DeVore and our friends over at the Hot Dog and a Handshake podcast to come on and do this great draft. I have to say this, Drake and Ariel have grown so much as podcasters, and it's been very, very awesome and cool to witness that growth and just watch them just bloom and blossom into the conversationalists and podcasters they've become. Docs is one of the most talented guys that I've ever ran across in a very, very long time, so very, very awesome to see his growth as well. And see how he's come along as a performer, as a talker, and guys, these three individuals are still really, really young, so they're gonna do a lot of great stuff and make a lot of difference as time goes on. And one guy that, of course, you guys know have not been on this podcast, and he's starting to come out a little bit, and we're happy that he is, because we don't want to see anybody suffer the ultimate fate from depression, and that's our boy Mikey Hutch. We love you, man. Still thinking about you. Whatever you're going through, man, we just want you to be cool, be okay. We're here for you. Everybody in the household is here for you. And in the thoughts and spirits of Mikey Hutch, guys, it doesn't matter what you watch. It could be WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, Impact Wrestling, MLW. It doesn't matter, guys. We are wrestling. We are Legion. We are one. And that is one of the great slogans from my man Mikey Hutch. And guys, this made for a fantastic episode of In Your House, guys. We've got a lot more coming at you. It is not over, guys. It ain't nowhere near over, because we're almost at 200 episodes and we're still gonna get y'all that work. So let me let you guys know where you guys can listen to this at. You guys can listen to this at Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Himalaya. Hey, you don't have an Apple device? That's all right. We're on Google Play. Anywhere that you guys are, we can get to you. Guys, we are living in troubling times right now, but we want to keep you informed. That is why In Your House has decided to do the In Your House Black Awareness Summit, and I've got a lot of great talent that's going to be coming on and doing a roundtable conversation with me to help get these issues aired out. Guys, what are you doing? Buy a freaking shirt. That's www.prowrestlingtees.com/in-your-house. Get this work. Get this shirt. And guys, we tell you this all the time. Hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone. Because the household, well, we still going mighty strong. You guys be safe out there. Hug your loved ones. And have a great day.